If you landed here, you probably need to speed up your PC. First, open Control Panel. I like to use Run a lot, so you can pin it to the taskbar for easy access. Type in Control and choose Icons View. Then go to Power Options and select the High Performance or Ultimate Performance Power Plan. If it doesn't exist, choose Create a Power Plan, select High or Ultimate Performance, and name it. Next, return and select Choose what the power buttons do, then see if Fast Startup is enabled. If not, on compatible systems, you should tap on Change Settings that are currently unavailable and check the checkbox. Let's continue with optimizing your PC's boot time. Did you know that some early 80s PCs booted for less than 2 seconds? So open Task Manager and select Startup Apps from the menu or go to the Startup tab. Disable unwanted startup apps and leave security only. To further improve the boot time, you can fiddle with BIOS settings, which are different on every PC, so I can't show you. Now, if you use Microsoft Edge, you can make it twice as fast. Just open Settings, then System and Performance, and enable Startup Boost. You can also set up Efficiency mode if you multitask and leave many tabs open. That being said, you can improve your internet speed by connecting to the world's fastest DNS, 1111. Setup information is available on the website 1.1.1.1/DNS, and you can set it up by opening your internet settings. I do not advise that you download their Warp client if you just want to connect to their DNS. In fact, more programs make computers slower. Open Programs and Features in Control Panel or Apps and Features in Settings and remove unnecessary programs and applications. I also suggest that you remove browser extensions you don't need. Now let's automate your boot so you don't have to enter your password every time. Open NetWiz from Run, then uncheck Users must enter a username and password. Make sure to select your account, then Apply and write your username and password in the new dialog box. Now let's search faster. I'm sure you don't search your entire drive from the taskbar, do you? In Settings, Privacy and Security, Searching Windows, make sure you select Classic Search Only. I mentioned your entire drive, which might be in need of some cleaning to speed it up. In File Explorer, open the properties of your system drive, then either click on Details or Disk Cleanup. I honestly dislike the new settings interface, so you can open the old Clean MGR and choose Clean Up System Files on the drive you have selected. Uncheck anything you don't need and tap OK. I don't really know whether this is relevant today, but if you're running Windows from a moving HDD like me, you might consider doing some defragmenting. Actually, SSD users can perform a retrim with the same applet. Again, in the Drive Properties, go to the Tools tab and open the Optimize Drives applet. Select your system drive, then analyze and defragment if necessary, or retrim if on an SSD. At this point, you have practically done everything software related that could speed up your PC. If your PC still performs poorly, you might want to check the Task Manager for any apps hogging system resources. If you find such apps that are from the Microsoft Store, you can stop them from running in the background. Go to Settings, Apps, Installed Apps, wait for the list to populate, find the misbehaving app, for example, Calculator, open the menu and go to its Advanced Options. Traditional programs do not have this menu and are out of control. You can restrict background activity with this drop-down. Now, let's start addressing some more specific problems you might have. If your computer has suffered a power outage or a blue screen of death, you should check if all the system files are okay. Corrupt system files can slow down a PC. In Run, type in CMD, hold Ctrl and Shift, and press Enter. The command prompt will open as an administrator. Type in SFC verify only to scan for problems. If the system file checker, or SFC, finds anything, run SFC scan now. If SFC itself is corrupt or unable to fix something, type in DISM with parameters online, cleanup image, and restore health. This is a different type of system integrity scanner, which I believe can also fix the system file checker sometimes. Next, if your PC is still slow, you can try to see if any problems are slowing it down. Open the search and type in reliability. The reliability monitor will open and display your computer's reliability history. If any problems are displayed, you can search the web for fixes. A more advanced way to diagnose problems is the event viewer. Wait for the Summary of Administrative Events section to finish loading and then expand Windows logs. Not waiting may result in the tool crashing. See if any errors are listed. Note, some errors and warnings are by design and should be ignored. Now let me tell you about my experience with these event logs. My PC had slowed down noticeably, and I came here only to find hundreds of thousands of events which barely managed to display. While this amount is usually normal, first, my PC is more than a decade old, and second, these events might become even more. If your PC feels kind of sluggish, you can try deleting all of those events. Right-click on the categories Application, System, Setup, and Security and choose Clear Log. In my opinion, you don't really have to save before clearing the logs, since any reoccurring problems you may have will surely log their events again, right? In some situations, event might not be saved due to the quantity already present on your PC, leaving you unable to diagnose it for potential issues. Okay, the next setting is usually set correctly, but I'll mention it in case you might want to allocate more resources to your background tasks instead of the programs you are running, or if someone has changed it for whatever reason. So search for Advanced System in the search box and open the Advanced System settings. Open the Performance settings and check the Advanced tab. Make sure to allocate CPU resources for programs. Also, if you go back to the Visual Effects tab, you can sort of trick yourself and believe your PC is faster by removing some of the animations. One other way to reduce visual effects is to disable transparency. Go to Settings, Accessibility, Visual Effects, and disable transparency. Next, we can start using other software to check for potentially unwanted startup items. It's called Autoruns from sysinternals. Open the app and disable any software you want to prevent from starting with Windows. Be careful and don't remove anything important. From now on, all ways to speed up Windows will require at least some technical knowledge and experience with the system. As you can see, I have disabled Teams. Next, we'll continue with disabling certain services. Open Services MSC and disable anything you don't need. Note, you can easily break things by using this applet. Don't use it unless you know what you're doing. This also applies to the msconfig applet I'm going to show you now. In the Services tab, you can use the checkbox to hide all Microsoft services so you can disable only third-party ones. Now let's continue with regedit. It is useful if you want to speed up certain things. For example, you can use it to disable web suggestions in the Windows search and thus make it run faster. You can go as far as disabling the entire Windows 11 taskbar and showing the Windows 10 one, including the Windows 7 volume control and battery indicator, the Windows 8 network dialog because the Windows 10 one refuses to open, and the Windows 8 file explorer. This registry tweak also helps you get rid of the Windows 11 context menus. You can find more information in the card on top. I have made a video on the topic. Here's another utility that can potentially speed up your PC, the Group Policy Editor, if you're running at least Windows Pro. Apart from disabling notifications, which you can do in Settings Notifications, you can also revert to showing balloons instead of the modern toast notifications using the Group Policy. I'm not sure whether this actually works on Windows 11, but at least on Windows 10 it did. Balloons should slow down your PC less compared to toasts. At this point, you have done everything possible in order to speed up your PC. Maybe the only thing I haven't mentioned are the optional features you can remove. Go to Settings, Apps Optional Features, and disable anything you might not need. Also consider the old Windows features box, because why should Windows get rid of old elements if they still work? Some dialogues haven't changed since 1993. The last thing I am about to show you is yet another relic of the past, which can help you identify potential bottlenecks in your hardware. Run perfmon report and see if it will show any problems. If it pretends to collect information for over 2 minutes, here's another card on top which shows you how to fix it when it doesn't work. For example, I have one PC with only 4 GB of RAM, which frequently does a lot of paging. The RAM and HDD are the bottlenecks. Sometimes the CPU might be the bottleneck if it is very old, like this laptop which has a second generation dual-core Intel Pentium. Usually the best way to make an old PC fast is adding a solid-state drive, though Windows 10 will soon be out of support, so I'm not sure if that upgrade still makes any sense. I have forced Windows 11 on my machine, though I have to reinstall every time there is a major feature update, such as 22H2. That being said, sometimes a freshly installed copy of Windows can make a computer faster. The last thing I would like to say before ending this video is related to the problems Windows 11 has had in the past, specifically with SSDs and AMD hardware. Make sure to check for the latest driver and operating system updates whenever your computer experiences such issues so that your PC is reliable and fast. And when it is, don't hurry with the latest updates which might be problematic. The irony in the whole Windows Update fiasco is that my unsupported Windows 11 PC has been more stable and has had fewer problems than most new computers out there because the issues with the Windows updates affect hardware technologies and features that my PC just predates. Anyway, I hope the video was useful. If yes, then do leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.